finally all done. We're exhausted, folks. My son Devin and I, we finished the ditching today to make this secure so that no predators can get into the chicken run or to the chicken coop. Hi, folks. Dr. Garry here with you for the next installment in our brand new video series, How to Build a Chicken Coop. And if you look over my shoulder, you can see a very, very rude layout, if you will, a blueprint of our chicken coop and run. Okay, let me share with you now my thoughts and plans for this chicken coop and run. Knowing folks that plans can always change, eh? But this is roughly what the chicken coop is going to look like and the run. I'm using a 4x8 sheet of OBS as my square to keep me square, and I've laid that down now against the footing of the new barn, which is plumb and square. And I'm using some 2x3 to help me frame out where the chicken coop is going to be too. It's going to be 7 feet out from the wall, and you'll notice I have 7 foot right there. The actual chicken coop building is going to be 12 feet long, which brings me down to here. And I also have markings in here on the footing as well, letting you know that it is 12 feet. So that's the actual size of the coop. Where I'm standing to now is going to be the run. And this run is about 18 feet long, and it's also 7 feet wide. Now I've gone with 7 instead of 8 because of this particular reason. We are going to be building the nesting boxes right here on this outside wall. That is the 2x3 that's on the ground right now. And those nesting boxes are going to come out another foot, making the 8 feet, with a slanted door on the top so we can walk by, lift up the door, and collect the eggs. So we're going to have, I think, 8 nesting boxes is what we're thinking. And I'm probably going to be doing a separate video showing you exactly how I make the nesting boxes. I'm going to do that as a separate project, I do think, and then we're going to bring it out and install it in the wall. So that's the plan for that. So there you go. That's the layout. Now, I want to share with you what Devin and I were up to yesterday. I think I showed it to you in the previous video, but here's a little bit more detail going forward. In the back of Freebie is all the sand and stone that we picked up at a self-serve washed sand and stone place in Gander yesterday. There are 6 tubs in there and a couple of 5-gallon buckets. There's a mix of sand and stone and crushed stone and all that kind of stuff. That's what we're going to be using to make the cement footing around the chicken coop and the run. And there in Freebie, I got some cardboard laid down so it doesn't get too messy, but there is a little bit messy. I have 4 bags or sacks, 40 kilograms each of Portland cement. And that's what we're going to use to make the concrete. So it's sitting in Freebie currently right here next to the old church and across the road from the new barn that needs siding. I know. We'll get the siding on soon, I hope. So my goal today, and please God, He gives me the strength to do so, is to make a frame on the ground. I'm going to be using this yellow pry bar. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do with this yellow pry bar. I'm going to use this yellow pry bar to hitch a track. And remember when we used to play hopscotch on the ground growing up as boys and girls? When we were small kids, we used to do this with a nail. Anyway, so I'm going to use this pry bar, and I'm going to make myself a frame all the way around this landing right here. And also this one right here, because this is going to be the wall. This is going to be the wall for the coop. Okay, so I'll do a better job off camera, of course, and I'll get this all framed out. Okay, and then I'm going to do all of that. Once I get all that done, I'm going to use my friend the shovel right here, and I'm going to dig a trench out from the footing, right out to this wall, the full length of this wall, going all the way down there. So I'll have a footing dug about a foot wide, a foot down, and in this case right here, 7 feet long, and this one is going to be a full 30 feet long. Because what I've done is I've come in 10 feet from the edge of the barn that way, and if you come down here to the right, I've come in 10 feet that way, and the barn is actually 50. So I've dedicated 30 feet of this wall for the chicken coop and the run. So like I said, my goal today is to dig that ditch or trench for the footing that's going to be around the chicken coop and around the run. A little while ago, I put up this trail camera that's going to be a security camera. It's in a separate video, so go check that out. How to install a trail camera. And there you go. That's already done. And I've done that because I wanted to make sure that I had the trail camera working long before we've got the chickens. And it's up there now, and if there is any troubleshooting needed, then I can get the troubleshooting all done. I'll make sure that the trail camera is fully charged from the sun, and that way it'll be all rare and ready to go when we get our chickens, when I get the coop finished and the run. Still lots of work to do. Still lots of work to do, but we'll get there. We will get there indeed, folks. Okay, so when I come back, we'll have some of this ditching done. We'll have some of the foundation framing done, ready for the cement. So I'll post a couple of inserts, a couple of video clips along the way as I dig the trench. So bear with me, folks, and stay with Mr. Garry here at GBL, the old church, 5-acre homestead. How to build a chicken coop. I just found a worm, folks. I'm sure when we get the chickens, they'll enjoy the worms. So I'm going to throw that worm right in the middle of the run there now. And he'll become food for the chickens, I'm sure, later on. So I'm making my ditch here now. So I can move this one. And I can move my sheet of board, keep myself square. I think that's a good idea. What do you think? Now, I want to make sure that it's 7, so I'm going to come out from the wall. Okay, need to go in a bit there, Mr. Garry. Right there. Okay, and right there. Just double check again to make sure that it didn't move. Moved a little bit. Okay, so, all right, so that should be good there. Now let me do the same thing right along there. Okay, so now I've moved my sheet to keep myself square. Now I'll use better tools later on when I'm framing up the foundation walls for the cement and the walls for the chicken coop and all of that. I'll even use the Pythagoras theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 6, 8, and 10 I'll use to make sure that she's all square. But for the time being, I just need a rough frame around this chicken coop building. So I gotta remove some of these rocks. And then later I'm gonna use my shovel. All right, bear with me, folks, bear with me. I'll get this done. Okay, so the inside of that 2x3 is what I needs to be. Yeah. Okay. I think I'll do this one, the one going in and out. But I just want to make sure my measurements are good. So to the edge there is 8, and to the edge there is 12. Okay, so the inside of that 2x3. Oh, just want to double check the measurements, make sure that my frame hasn't moved. Okay, all good. Okay, I do have the frame completed. Now, there's the general frame for the chicken coop, and made with just a crowbar, digging a little trench or a ditch along the perimeter of the layout, or the blueprint. A very rough, very crude layout, I must say. So now my next step is to use the shovel and try to keep it as straight as I can. And it is pretty straight, as you can see. The run is a bit longer and bigger than the coop, and that is because I want the chickens to be going outside during the day and enjoying the nature and the sunshine and all that kind of good stuff. And I want them to be going into the coop, which is a bit smaller, just for the evenings and nights. Their nesting boxes will be right here along this wall, so they can go in there. There'll be a roost along that wall, all that kind of good stuff. It's going to be up off the ground a bit, so that's a good thing too, to protect them from predators such as weasels and minks and rats and those kinds of things. So I'll make sure that it's up off the ground. It will be protected with a concrete foundation and some heavy duty chicken wire along the base. And then the building itself will be a wooden building, and there'll be lots of chicken wire. I will make sure that I follow all of the great steps to secure this chicken coop from predators. I have been watching lots and lots of videos on this kind of stuff, folks, on YouTube. Some of my good friends on YouTube who also do homesteading and who also raise chickens. And I've been following the processes that they've done. And here's a kicker. I am going to learn from their mistakes so that I don't make the same ones. That's the beauty of this YouTube stuff. I appreciate that very, very much, that there are like-minded homesteaders and YouTubers who raise chickens who are not afraid to put out videos showing the mistakes that can easily be made in the construction of a chicken coop. And I'm hoping to avoid most of those. And you know what? If I have questions, I'll be certainly reaching out to some of my YouTube friends who homestead and who raise chickens, and they'll gladly share their knowledge with me and others on YouTube. That's a great thing, this community that we have, this community of homesteaders and chicken farm raisers, whatever you want to call them, on YouTube. I'm blessed to have so many. So there you go. That's the rough layout. I'm going to continue my work here now. Digging a deeper trench or a ditch around. I'll interject a few videos from time to time, and I'll share those with you. Stay with me, folks. Stay with Dr. Garry here at GBL, the old church, 5-acre homestead. If you are still with us, thank you so very, very much. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to follow along. Be sure to like and share our videos with your family and your friends. Be sure to hit the like button, and of course, be sure to subscribe, as I just said. Back at it again. It is a bit of a long process, folks, but I am getting it done. I've got this 7-foot ditch done now. I've gone down about a foot. It is about a foot wide, and it is 7 feet long. Now, I've got to go this full length right here, which is a total of 30 feet. So bear with me, folks, bear with me. I'm using the claw on this pry bar, because where the ground is mostly shell rock, it seems to do a better, quicker job than if I was using the shovel. It is fairly loose too, but it is wet because we had a saggy old wet day here yesterday. But I will get it done. I'll get this frame done. That's my goal today. So we'll get there, I'll come back again very, very soon with another update, folks. And with the magic of filming, folks, here we are. We have the ditching done for the chicken coop. And now we're working on the run. Devin is down here clawing away with another pry bar. It's mostly shell rock, so it's fairly easy to get out of the ditch. So he's got to work his way out there now, another 7 feet to the corner there. And then we'll work along the front here. And then we'll have all this done. Then we'll be ready for a little bit of forming. We have to do a little wooden form to keep the cement in. So hopefully we'll do that either today or tomorrow. So stay tuned for another update very, very soon on how to build a chicken coop and a chicken run here at GBL, the old church, 5-acre homestead. The magic of filming. There we go. Oh, finally all done. We're exhausted, folks. My son Devin and I, we finished the ditching today for the foundation that we're going to do next. Next is concrete work and foundation work. So that's what we're going to be doing next to make this secure, so that no predators can get into the chicken run or to the chicken coop. We want to make sure, again, that the weasels and the minks and the rats and all that kind of stuff stay out of the chicken run and stay out of the coop. And so the next step in the next installment of this new series on our YouTube channel, How to Build a Chicken Coop, we will be doing form work and cement work. So come back for that video, which is going to be next in this series. Thanks for watching. Mr. Garry signing out. Okay, there was lots of worms. There was lots of worms when we were digging this ditch, believe it or not, folks. And we just threw them right here on the ground, which is going to be the run. So when we do get chickens and they come out here, they'll have some rich protein, some worms to munch on. There you have it. We're getting there. We are getting there. There's Devin, exhausted too, just like myself.